Hey guys, welcome back to another conversation of an aviation incident. My name is Debargya,
Hello everyone, this is Sid here.
and today we are going to talk about Southwest Flight 1380. So before we begin, Sid, do you want to throw some light on the objective of creating this video?
Definitely. So this video is a bit different from our previous video. We are not trying to analyze the incident here, but we are trying to shed light on the pilot's skill. In fact, the crew's professionalism and crisis management prevented it from becoming 2018's worst disaster. Over to you, Arko.
Thanks, Sid. So let's go back to 17th of April 2018. This was a routine flight between New York and Dallas. And the distance is approximately 2,200 kilometers, which translates to about 1,400 miles. And the duration is about a little over 3 hours. The aircraft that was being used was a Boeing 737-700 type of aircraft. And just for some context, the Boeing 737 family of aircrafts is the most widely used aircraft in the world in passenger aviation.
Right.
And they're pretty much used in all of the short and medium haul flights. Talking about the aircraft in question, as you can see, this is the image of the actual aircraft in question. Its call sign was WN1380, and it was manufactured in the year 2000. And it was leased all the way by Southwest Airlines. Now, some more details about that particular flight. There were 149 souls on board, 144 passengers, and 5 crew members. Now, into the event. The flight was cruising at an altitude of close to 32,000 feet above sea level. This was shortly after takeoff from New York. And it was still ascending at that point in time. And the plane experienced what they call a pilot's worst nightmare, which is a mid-air engine explosion. That's right, a mid-air engine explosion. The engine number 1, which is on the left-hand side of the aircraft when you're seated, it exploded mid-air, and it also caused one of the window panes to break apart. And Sid, do you want to take it from here?
Definitely. At that point, when one of the window panes burst, the cabin depressurized rapidly. The first officer was flying at that time, and he noticed that the plane tilted towards the left and nosedived at the same time. Understanding the situation, the pilot took over. Now, the crew informed the ATC about the need for emergency landing at the closest airport. The first officer quickly, right away, found out that Philadelphia was the nearest runway. After receiving the vectors for PHL, the flight crew managed to land the aircraft safely on the runway 27L. Over to you, Argo.
Yeah, so just continuing on that story, when the window pane burst, or rather when the engine burst, obviously it caused the window pane to break. And this was row number 14, seat Alpha, 14A. And the passenger that was seated on 14A was unfortunately sucked out of the aircraft. And they were obviously pulled back by the co-passengers, but I believe they also ended up hitting the wings multiple times, and they succumbed to their injuries. So yeah, that's about the incident. Now what I'm going to do is I will play the ATC recordings, but do not listen to this from a perspective of analyzing the situation, but just try to admire the calmness and professionalism with which the crew handled this situation. And also remember, due to the rapid depressurization, everybody on board was wearing the oxygen mask.
Southwest 1380 has an engine fire descending.
Southwest 1380, you're descending right now?
Yes, sir, we're single engine descending, have a fire number 1.
Alright, Southwest 1380, okay, where would you like to go to? Which airport?
Give us a vector for your closest.
Okay.
Philadelphia.
We're flying 250.
Okay, heading 250.
South 1380 to the Philadelphia airport, direct.
Direct Philadelphia, direct, Southwest 1480.
Southwest 1380, understand, so there's a fire, you're a single engine for the fire?
Actually, we're no fire now, but we are single engine.
Okay, South 1380, descend to maintain 11,000.
Okay, down to 11,000.
Southwest 1380, just so I can understand, you said that you are still single engine and what else?
Okay, Southwest 1380, we're single engine. That's it.
Okay, single engine. Maintain 11,000, you need anything standing by on the ground?
Yes, if you would, have them roll the trucks. It's on the engine number 1, captain's side.
Okay, thank you. Southwest 1380, contact New York Center 135.45.
3545, good day.
Yeah, we have a part of the aircraft missing, so we're going to need to slow down a bit.
Southwest 1380, speed is your discretion. Maintain at any altitude above 3,000 feet, and you let me know when you want to turn base.
All right, down to 3,000, 210 on the speed.
VA.
Okay, could you have the medical meet us there on the runway as well? We've got injured passengers.
Injured passengers, okay, and is your airplane physically on fire?
No, it's not on fire, but part of it's missing. They said there was a hole and someone went out.
So now that we have seen the recording, just to show you guys the severity of the incident that occurred, let us just walk you all through a couple of images that we have from the damaged aircraft. As you can see, this is the shattered window pane because of the engine explosion. On this window is near seat 14, Alpha Beta Charlie. And because of this hole in the aircraft, the cabin was rapidly depressurized. Moving on to the next image. As you can see, this is the damaged engine, images of the damaged engine after the flight landed safely. Like the engine is almost ripped. You can literally see just pieces of it attached to the aircraft. And landing the aircraft in this state of health, that's a commendable task, definitely. It's no short of a miracle.
Absolutely, absolutely. So this video, Sid, is titled Heroes of the Sky. Right? So let us address the heroes of the sky. So there you go. Captain Tammy Jo Schultz and First Officer Darren Elisa. Well, Captain Tammy Jo joined Southwest in the year 1994, and up to the point of the incident, she had close to 11,700 flight hours. And First Officer Darren Elisa, he joined Southwest in 2008 and had close to 9,500 flight hours up to the point. So yeah, these are the heroes that we wanted to address in this video.
Just to add on to your points, both these pilots are ex-US Air Force pilots. Their intense and comprehensive training is very evident from the crisis management skills that we just witnessed.
So just adding to that, Sid, I think there's one more thing I'd want to point out, which is attention to detail, especially by Captain Tammy Jo Schultz. I'm not taking any credit away from Darren Elisa, but if you've noticed, she said engine number 1 multiple times, and at the end she said captain's side. Attention to detail at that point in time when you are under so much stress, 149 lives including yours on the line, and you give out such information just to be double sure that the fire trucks are on the left side of the aircraft after it lands, and not on the right or not anywhere else.
Agreed. Lastly, I would like to add that this incident reminds us the value a well-trained human can add to a machine. In the age of rapid automation, we often undermine this crucial human element. What do you think?
Absolutely spot on. I think spot on. And this is a prime example of a human saving 149 lives after a machine has gone wrong, right? At 30,000 feet.
Agreed, definitely.
Bringing that machine back on the ground safely with that kind of calmness and professionalism. I think this incident deserves a lot more attention than it has received so far.
Agreed, definitely. So if you please share your feedback, whatever you like, dislike. If you would like to know more about something, please let us know in comments below, and we'll get back to you right away. Thank you for watching, everyone.
Thank you guys.